have quite a few news
You
actually.
boy.
First of all, we have Zack Snyder drops Justice League sequel Bombshells. You'll see what that means. Then we have Tom King Master Miracle animated show cast their Darkseid for the James Gunn DCU, which will
Jesus Christ.
probably be Darkseid wearing rainbow shorts and dancing around in the rain,
Also,
followed by a
he
few unicorns.
also he's probably going to be black.
Yes, and
Alright.
the unicorns are gonna be pooping around.
Oh,
Then Joker set to return in Batman Part 2. Then we have Netflix to shrink DC Comics. Insiders fear the worst, which is gonna be just PG.
they're already pretty shrunk.
Yeah, The Legend of Zelda movie to stream exclusively on Netflix following theatrical release, so we'll see how short that's gonna be. And then we have an awesome post over on X from Chasort40k, who decided to put to ask ChatGPT to make a lore accurate Custodes Shield-Captain miniature, and it came out with Hot Babe.
Hot bad.
A very pretty.
Morsa.
That's so cool. Okay, Tsunami, let's start with Zack Snyder drops Justice League Bombshell. Just let me have my. I kind of feel like I forgot something. Did
Oh,
I
that's
forget
it?
something? I don't know.
Without the Gal Gadot that we talked about, right?
No,
Without that, so...
no, not the news. I think I forgot to say something.
Alright.
Oh, yes, yes. So guys, if you like to support the stream, you can check the links down below, PayPal and Patreon, whatever you can. And if you're on a gaming channel, of course, directly by super chats. And on the superhero channel, it helps if you watch here for the watch hours. So if you only wish to do that, you can just watch on the Superhero Truth channel. We need another 1,400 hours for super chat monetization. And another 2,000 for normal overall monetization, 2,000 and something. But then again, YouTube takes like around 8 days to update the hours. So even if we have like 200 more or whatever hours, we will not see that for at least a week more.
Not at first, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's start with news number 1. Zack Snyder drops Justice League sequel Bombshells and a rare look at Ezra Miller's Flash. First of all, who cares about Ezra? But
I wouldn't like to see him flashing anything in front of me, so yeah.
no. But then again, we have much more important things than Flash in this article. So,
Absolutely.
Tsunami, let's start.
Zack Snyder just shared another treasure trove from his time in the DCEU, and this time it's loaded with deep cuts. Over the last 24 hours, Snyder has posted an extended set of behind the scenes photos from the Justice League shoot back in 2016, including rare shots of Gal Gadot suited up as Wonder Woman, Henry Cavill in his Superman suit with Ben Affleck's armored Batman, Snyder on set directing scenes with the Amazons, even a shirtless training shot of Cavill mid workout, and a black and white image of Ezra Miller as Barry Allen / The Flash, which Snyder has never posted before. But that's not all. Snyder also shared several full pages of his original Justice League sequel storyboards, including key plot details that never made it to screen. Snyder's unused Justice League 2 and 3 storyboards. The boards, which fans may remember from the Snyderverse exhibit in Dallas, outline the planned continuation of the DCEU following Zack Snyder's Justice League, including a post-apocalyptic nightmare future ruled by Darkseid, Batman leading a ragtag group of surviving Justice League members through the desert ruins of Gotham, Flash attempting to reset the timeline, the full-scale invasion of Earth by Darkseid's forces, and the Seven Kingdoms, including Atlantis, uniting under Superman's leadership. Snyder had originally planned the sequels as a massive two-part arc, ending with the Lord of the Rings style finale featuring Wonder Woman and the Amazons, Aquaman and the Seven Kingdoms, and Superman leading humanity. First ever look at Ezra Miller's Flash. Possibly the most interesting shot in the batch is a black and white portrait of Ezra Miller as Barry Allen wearing his Black Freighter Watchmen t-shirt, a subtle nod to Snyder's Watchmen adaptation. While promotional images of Miller's Flash have been shared before, this marks the first time Snyder himself has posted a solo portrait of the actor from Justice League. The image was likely taken during the 2016 shoot, well before the Flash movie was even in production. Context and timing. Snyder's steady drip of archive images, including rare shots of Cavill, Gadot, Affleck, and now Miller, comes amid renewed fan speculation that the director may return to superhero films. Snyder also recently confirmed his collaboration with Korean fitness YouTuber Jim Jong-kook, and has been leaning into fan nostalgia by sharing stills from Man of Steel, BVS, and Justice League almost daily. With Netflix now fully partnered with Snyder through his Rebel Moon universe and his past DCEU content still driving major fan engagement, fans are once again hoping for a Snyderverse revival, or at least a proper conclusion to his planned arc. Stay tuned. With Snyder, you never know what's coming next.
All right.
Cool.
So, Tsunami, when did you see that part where he planned to, and that's the bombshell, he planned to basically make Superman kill Lex and all those things?
So if you scroll up to the first black and white photo, I'll read it out loud for everyone because I already read it.
Thank you.
So this is his storyboard, and it says, back at the Batcave, Batman watches in horror as Darkseid takes full control of Superman. Superman turns on Batman, and he barely escapes. Lex believes he's won, but comes face to face with Superman. He looks at Lex with burning red eyes and lights him on fire. As Lex screams, the world goes red and cut to. So right off the bat, this is, I believe Darkseid has taken control of Superman, which is a major threat, obviously. And essentially, he's zaps Lex, and like metaphorically, he's basically like replacing Lex Luthor with Superman under his control. And so whatever happens, he goes crazy. I can read the rest if you want me to, because it's kind of a bleak scene. In the photo there at the bottom, the mansion in the background is Wayne Manor. You'll see Flash is dragging Cyborg there, and there's some random rebel fighters or whatever with Batman walking across. So
please continue. Yeah, read
You
it.
read it, yeah.
All right. So right after Superman zaps Lex, 5 years later, sand dunes, smoldering solar pits, Gothic spires rising from the desert. Once this was Gotham, now like the rest of Earth, it belongs to Darkseid. Coming over the dune, post-apocalyptic Batman, as seen in BVS, with a ragtag army of rebels, the surviving members of the Justice League walk over the rise of a dune to see the dilapidated Wayne Manor. Batman leads them, Flash drags what's left of Cyborg behind him, Bruce looks up to the sky grimly. We need to get inside before night. He's coming. End part 1. So that's the end of the scene right there. And so they're alluding to the fact that obviously Superman is under mind control from Darkseid. Darkseid's forces have invaded, and everyone's getting their ass kicked. So the way it was written, as I read in a different article, Snyder had anticipated essentially a trilogy. We got the first Justice League movie. The second one would have been this Empire Strikes Back type, everything goes to shit. And then the third one, however they do it, Superman would have regained control of himself. And it turns into this whole, they get the help of the forces from, Aquaman's world, the Amazons, and they wanted to have this giant battle where all the good guys fight the bad guys, like Lord of the Rings style thing. The end. That would have been what he originally wanted to do.
Okay.
Sounds kind of like Flashpoint, actually.
Yes, and how about this second part?
The storyboard?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, this is leading on to what I was saying. Earth unites against Darkseid. Darkseid's full-scale invasion begins, and it's too much for the Justice League to handle on their own, but they won't have to. Led and inspired by Superman, the countries of the world come together. Armies, Air Force, navies. Wonder Woman and her mother lead the Amazons off Themyscira to join the war. In the oceans, Aquaman pleads to the Seven Kingdoms, declaring there is an eighth, the surface world, and they may be allies, not enemies. The Seven Kingdoms rise to join the Amazons and surface. The entire world becomes a Justice League in a Lord of the Rings finale, and then it kind of cuts off from there.
That is actually very cool.
I also see a Green Lantern there on the. That's a Tom R.E., famous Green Lantern. The one with the bird head. His name is Tom R.E. So
I can already imagine how epic this is gonna be. Like so epic. This is a great alternative story that on the big screen is gonna be so grand.
Yeah.
I can imagine everything because we already
Exactly, I
seen
mean,
glimpses of that in
yeah,
BVS.
yeah.
We see the desert, we see Batman, we see that scene with the Joker, we see how Flash looks like with his new armored suit and whatever.
We also saw how good he did that battle against Darkseid in the flashback with
yes,
Zeus and
yes,
Zeus as he should look.
and the
So
Amazons.
imagine if that small scene looked that epic. Imagine how this would look.
Yeah, so I mean the concept and that is the movie is gonna be so badass, gonna be the epitome of badassery. I mean all by itself, I'm looking at this as a like a separate thing.
As a movie, yeah.
Just as a movie, I love to see Superman overcome Darkseid. And in the comic books, and now please Logan, help me out here.
Yeah.
In the comic books, there are similar stories exactly.
There are stories which he is under control of Darkseid.
Yes.
Now, also in the animated show, they did things like that. I mean, first of all, we have that
First episode.
What's the name?
The first episode.
The first what?
In the first episode?
Episode?
Yeah, he's literally under the control of like Darkseid. He's got the flower thingy majiggy for his birthday or whatever. And
No, that's
So, yeah,
that's in the Justice League Unlimited, but that's the flower was not from Darkseid. It was from Mongo. You know, remember?
that doesn't matter.
I
Sure,
think yeah.
I forgot then.
But
I fucked up.
But in his animated show, in the Superman the Animated Series, first of all, they did that episode in which Lois got into an alternate future, which she was dead, and Superman was so devastated that he decided to become a dictator, basically working with Lex Luthor, who was, again, using him, you know? But that was really a hurt Superman, so he lost all hope. Yeah, that's actually what shows that episode. But more importantly, in the last 2 or last 3, it was either a 2-parter or a 3-parter of the animated show. They did something like that where actually, I don't remember how Darkseid caught Superman, but he was able to brainwash him and make him believe that he was his like adopted son, or maybe even a real son, because they switched sons between the planets in order to have peace and something like that, as far as I remember. And he made him his general. He was wearing a helmet, so nobody knew who that guy is. He came to Metropolis, attacked, conquered. He took off his helmet, and everybody was Superman. And from then on, he basically turned into what people were afraid that he could be. Those people who don't like him, like Lex, for example. I always told you he would do that. He's an alien, and things like that. And after that, I think he remembered again because of Voice. She was there. She made him remember. He fought off the control. He kicked Darkseid's butt. And then that's actually the last episode, which finishes with basically he has to reestablish the trust of the people, which he does in the Justice League. The cartoon is the follow-up of that, so it's kind of better there. We just see that, okay, so he did it, because the animated show really finishes like that. He says, and now I must earn their trust again. So they did things like that. In the Justice League, they actually had an episode which is before Injustice, which in an alternate universe where the Flash dies because of Lex, Superman just goes and, zaps Lex because he says, no, I'm over it. They kind of made it that...
That's interesting. So he
Flash,
just zaps him.
He does zaps him, yeah. We see and then they cut off, and we know what happened. And then all of them, actually all the Justice League lost hope because they kind of played the angle that the Flash was the heart of the team, because this was, the Wally West, the jokey one, who was kind of more grounded and things like that. He had the humor, and he was like kind of the heart of the team that kind of keeps them together. And when they lost him, they lost all hope. Superman goes, zaps Lex, lobotomizes Darkseid. Doomsday. He lobotomizes him.
I wish it was Darkseid as well,
Yeah.
but okay.
And they become the Justice Lords or whatever, and then they come to our universe because they say, wait a minute, there is a universe in which they are good, and their Lex is alive. If he's alive, he'll do the same thing. Let's stop them, And that's a great episode. So it was kind of done in a way. So I'm okay to see how... I thought that his idea was going to be more like in Injustice, where someone kills Lois, and that's why he decides everything is lost. Might as well work with Darkseid. But that makes more sense if he lost her, and actually he got under the control, he would be, I think that Darkseid will be able to put him under his control much easier if Superman already lost the hope. You know, it would be much easier for him to do it because he's already kind of a broken man. He lost Lois, and now it's easier for him, and he can also set him off. You know, I can give you the power to, you know, kill that guy and then destroy everything. It kind of makes sense. You know,
Yes.
why not? Would like to see that.
Okay, I have a few points here. So, first of all, what we read here, like we said, that has been done.
Yeah.
And it is a thing that could be adapted on the big screen. It's not like Zack came out with this from his ass.
Imagine, George.
That's
Imagine
not the case.
doing an actual proper adaptation.
Yes.
Imagine that. Yeah.
Also, we forget the most profound thing, which I know that Zack loves a lot of, you know, to put a lot of meaning and to actually, by showing a dark Superman, to actually show exactly why he has to be good and exactly why it's so important for him to have his integrity. Because if he doesn't, then this happens.
Yeah.
And then we see how much he is the hope through the fact, I mean, through the happening of, well, if we lost him, we do lose hope.
We do lose everything.
Now I'm going to download our own video here.
Self-look.
Because we already covered this exact thing and it is super profound. So I'm just gonna play like a minute of it where this other YouTuber also talks about.
Serum Lake, yeah, guys, make sure
Lake,
to
yeah.
check his channel. He does great, you know, deep dive essays of all those characters, actually,
Yeah.
and episodes and stuff like that. He's amazing.
Yeah, so this is super amazing and profound. I just can't repeat it the same way, so it's just better to play it. Just give me a minute, and then we're gonna get to the point. Sorry, guys. Is this downloading at all?
Is it?
Like, hold on. Aha! Here it is. Here it is. Okay, so just hold your butts. Hold your butts.
Hold your butts, guys.
And please hold it. Are you holding the butts? Almost done. Almost done. Okay.
Lami, you cannot hold your butt because you need your hands to control your mouse and stuff like that. So
Yes, it's
Indeed.
only you don't hold it.
you just don't. Yeah. Okay. We almost got it. Now, I'm gonna paste that in the chat in case you haven't seen it. This is pretty cool because we're only gonna watch a little bit of it. Okay, done. And now, please keep holding the
butts.
butts. I'm almost ready. Yes. Focus on things. Don't listen to me. Okay, hold on. Elevator music. Ah, here it is.
Boom, boom, boom.
Man,
Boom,
Superman.
boom. Wait, wasn't that another video that you
No,
clicked on? Oh, okay.
I don't think so. Okay, hold on. I have to put it over the article now. Thank you for the elevator music. It's funny.
Please hold. Your call is important for us.
Yes. Okay, here it is.
Hey, look, it's Superman.
Yes, it's Superman. Okay, let's
Is
see.
it the powers, the gate, the iconic S symbol on his chest? Or is it something more profound, something deeper that
that a bit
defines
up.
not just what he can
And
do,
I'm gonna
but
skip to
who
that
he
main
is?
part.
In today's world, superheroes are getting his values.
Okay.
Superman stands out as someone who actively chooses compassion over anything else. And Superman, the animated series, puts this front and center. Take the episode Brave New Metropolis. Lois Lane is transported to an alternate dimension where Superman has aligned himself with Lex Luthor and created a police state. It's chilling because the only difference is that in this world Superman lost Lois. His grief, left unchecked, twisted his values. This storyline reveals how vital his empathy is. It's not just a trait, it's his moral compass. Without it, he is left unsure and makes the wrong choices. Time and again, the animated series puts our hero in situations where sheer power isn't the answer. I just want to interject here. Please go watch the video when Superman lost hope. Superman, the animated series Brave New Metropolis by Sarah Lake. I'm gonna put the link down into the description. Here is a little part of this video. I think what he said here is absolutely perfect, but please go watch the whole video. It is profound. Take a look.
Alan Burnett and Stan Berkowitz use an alternate universe to prove exactly why the Clark Kent we know, the one who chooses restraint, kindness and hope, is the greatest hero of them all. This episode isn't really about an authoritarian Superman. It's about why Superman chooses never to be one in the first place. By showing us how bad things get without his moral compass, it reaffirms just how much the world needs our Superman, not the darker ones so many other writers are fascinated by. Instead, Brave New Metropolis asks the ultimate Superman question: what happens when he stops inspiring hope and starts enforcing it? This is Superman Unbound, Superman without Lois Lane, Superman as the thing people have always feared he might become. And the really smart thing is that it isn't told from his perspective. It's Lois who experiences this nightmare reality, showing us what happens when Superman gives up his idealism. The Brave New Metropolis Superman isn't evil. He's not stupid. He's hurt. The episode forces us to imagine a world where Superman stops being the paragon of virtue, and in doing so it reminds us how extraordinary it is that he chooses to be good. For all its dystopian horror, the episode leaves us with hope. Hope that our Superman will never stop being the man who believes in us, even when we don't always deserve it.
In Apocalypse Now, he is forced to grapple with the horror of Darkseid's invasion. Not just physically but emotionally. When Dan Turpin, a police officer and friend of Superman, is killed, Superman expresses his emotions strongly, but in the same time, he expresses his emotions in a very human way. And after his grief is taken out on the train, he is once again leveled, focused, and although still in a lot of pain from his loss, he is ready to fight again with a new willpower that he just built up from the loss of his friend. One of the most misunderstood parts of Superman's character is Clark Kent. In many versions, Clark...
So,
Go watch the full video, guys.
yes. The point is that you have to first, sometimes you have to first show a dark Superman to actually appreciate the real Superman. That's the profound part. And this was never seen on screen before, just in animation, in the comic books. And it is absolutely, I think, we kind of twisted our views these days because people think that if something is not original, then we crap on it. It's like, oh, this is done. Yeah, it's done in the comic books, but are we not supposed to adapt some of these that are really like interesting stories and on screen will make for a grandiose experience? So people are just confused, I think, because one part of the audience is like screaming, it's not original because it's in the comic books. And the other part is like, well, we have to adapt the comic books. Yes, we have to adapt the comic book. So why are we screaming this is not original anymore? It's been done in the games, but in a different way. Injustice, that's a different storyline though. It's not the same.
Injustice actually...
Injustice is the cynical part.
Yeah, it doesn't
It's
show
not
you...
the profound Superman. It's not supposed to show Superman as this profound symbol of hope. So we have two things that people just don't think about. One is the cynical view, and that's the injustice view, where when Superman really becomes this evil guy, he continues to be that evil guy, and there's no redeeming parts of that story at all. I play the games, I know the comic books. He's just like, well, I'm just evil, but there's no like moral of the story except, well, yeah, Superman just gonna give up everything and start killing if something happens to Lois. But that actually loses Superman as a character entirely. That craps on what Superman is supposed to be, his original idea. But if you make Superman quote unquote turn negative because yes, something bad happened, but then he overcomes it, and that is actually again still Superman, because with this type of a story, you have the opportunity to show who he really is when you don't have his good side. You see the bad, but then you see how he turns good again, how hope returns. And then you really understand in a whole nother level why he is hope personified.
Yeah. The whole world gets behind him from what we see on that
And the whole world
storyboard. The whole
unites.
world
Yeah.
unites behind him. They see, oh, he's back, better than ever, and the whole world becomes the Justice League. And it fits the whole vision of Zack Snyder of Zack.
That means a sign in Bulgarian.
Yeah.
Znak is a sign.
It's a sign. It's a sign of
Yeah,
what's coming.
sorry, English.
And so it fits the whole vision, even from Man of Steel when he was trying to find his way. We could see he was unsure still in BVS exactly. So I save the people. Some people like it, some people don't. Until he finds his true calling. He comes back with a new life in, let's say, in his Justice League. In Zack's. But then those things happen, and we see how the transformation of this Superman all the way until he becomes the paragon of hope that we all know.
Yeah, so you can complain that he is vanilla, you don't get him, and then you can complain that they're adapting a story that's supposed to show multiple layers of Superman's character and who he is, and complain because they're in the comic books. Are we supposed to actually adopt these things? Like, what's the point anymore if you lost the track of why we even have these movies?
Yeah.
So, to me, the only guy that can do this, if they let him, is again Zack, because although it looks the dark Superman, and he actually that guy showed exactly Man of Steel being dark. I mean the BVS scene.
BVS, the scene, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, people could be fascinated, like he said, like some people are fascinated with that because they don't understand Superman at all in the first place. So that's the wrong way of looking at it. But Zack understands Superman. He was going to show him dark and then turn good, make the whole world get behind him and understand him and go fight, actually be brave for once. So with that personification of hope, I mean, literally, what Superman is becoming right there, he is inspiring everybody to go and fight, like the whole world, which they will never do otherwise. You have to have a figure that will make you so inspired to strive to be better and strive to be brave, and that's exactly what will happen in the end of this movie. So that is pretty actually awesome and profound and amazing. And again, there's going to be one consequence of Superman becoming under Darkseid's control, which
Of course.
there has to be consequences to emphasize the point that he is so dangerous when he's evil. And how is it looking like when we don't have hope at all because he starts killing like it's nothing.
Like it's nothing, yeah, exactly.
So I'm gonna get my personal happiness by seeing Lex getting what he actually deserves, but in a context that Superman is actually it's not actually to blame, but I'll be so happy.
Yeah, they are
so
because
happy.
when at some point we talked about when did Superman kill, when we did the first video actually with the Man of Steel thing, and I was doing the research just to be sure, did he actually kill? Yeah, he did kill out of necessity, just like with Zod, once or twice, but also all the other ways were when I was doing the research, all the other ways were when he's under some kind of control, which is not him to blame. This could happen to Batman, could happen to the Flash, could happen to anyone. So
Yeah.
but really that makes sense how Darkseid got him under his control, because this is a Superman who just lost Lois. To me, it makes sense to be easier to break him and put him under the control. If Lois was there, he would be strong.
Yeah.
It would be hard to do that.
Yeah, she's his anchor to this world and connection to humanity. So,
Guys, go watch the animated series. What's there?
she's not just a damsel in distress.
No.
She is a part of his humanity.
Well, there was a great episode in which some terrorist get an airplane, which she is, and she said, "And who are you?" And she said, "Voice Lane." Voice Lane, the one that Superman always says,
Yeah, but that's normal thing.
But that's normal
That's
thing,
a
of
norm.
course,
That doesn't mean that this is all that she is.
No, I just say that it's a great line because she was so confident. It's me.
Yeah, that's the cool part.
that's the cool
and
part
I'm
indeed,
saying this to all the people that don't like to think deep at all. you know, because there many people are gonna interpret this as, oh, she's just a damsel in distress and this is so sexist. Absolutely not.
No.
It's normal. Superman saves men and women and children, like
Absolutely.
men, women, children, animals. That's,
Absolutely, yeah.
that doesn't mean that those men, women, and children have to be now perceived as weak or to have some kind of a complex about that. That's so stupid. Obviously, Lois is much more than just a damsel in distress.
No, absolutely.
And I mean, whoever thinks that she's only that, they're the ones that devalue her. She has her own value
Yeah.
and meaning. So here you go. Okay, we were gonna stop this rant. This is this is something that
It's a video on its own.
we are super passionate about those things because we just love to analyze and actually understand how everything is. That's like my forte.
Yeah.
So for me, this means a lot. But Tsunami, please let me know what you think before we get to the comments and the chat talk. The chat talk.
Yeah, we're running out of time. I'll keep it super brief. I like everything else he's been doing. I don't like seeing Ezra Miller in any way, shape, or form. That bothers me in a lot of ways. Just recast the guy, please. I go back to what I originally said about all this stuff. I don't like how they rolled out Justice League. I wish they would have done it slower, more methodically, movie after movie after movie. I really don't like how they rushed this kind of Superman storyline without establishing him very well. But whatever, that's yesterday's ball scores. This all sounds fine. I guess we'll just have to see what happens. And I'll cut it off there just so we can get to chat and keep moving.
Okay, yeah, I just want to add to your statement that of course rushing the Justice League is Warner Brothers thing, not Zack Snyder thing. So he just did whatever he could with what with.
It would have been Man of Steel 2 and then everything else.
Yeah, everything. Yeah, it would have been if the studio wasn't there, and of course Ezra Miller. Who cares? They moved the guy.
They moved him.
Who cares? Just
Shave him.
Yeah, shave him off. Shave the chest hair. Okay.
Did you guys watch Rebel Moon?
We start watching
Not the
it,
whole
but
thing. After
we
20
kind of
minutes,
got.
we decided.
Yeah, we kind of got. Yeah.
Okay. So I have concerns with Zack Snyder. That's all I'm going to say. Hopefully this all works out. It's just.
Yeah, when he's a writer, it's bad.
Yeah.
He should be just directing the movie.
Yes.
Leave David Goyer or whoever there is writing the thing, work with him. Yeah, as a writer on himself, horrible.
we know that, but
Yeah.
we love his directing.
Yeah, I love the directing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So yeah, writing is different.
yeah.
Okay, we are ready for the chat talk now.
Obviously, Clinton for the Czar 99.99 just stopping by to leave some love. Thank you, brother.
Thank you
Welcome,
so
Lord Ragnil. I saw you sneak in. Over on the Superhero True channel, we've got James Granderson says wallets closed for DC till Snyder returns. A true Snyder fan there. El Turner says, "What's up, chat? What's up, Logan and Empress?"
Hey,
Hail. Kano, very cynical. Oh no, evil Superman. That's some original writing.
Yeah, I already explained that, so
Yeah.
we're not gonna address it further.
What's next? Lexus Baldu. Shocking, I tell you, says Kano. Instead of getting
What the
JL2,
heck do you
we got
want? What the heck do you want? Like Lexus Bolden, what do you mean? Again, then don't adapt anything.
yeah.
Instead of getting JL2, we got James Gunn number 2, as in James Gunn's poop. Shit. Well said. That type of number 2. Indeed. Kano says Injustice Superman kills Lois because of the Joker by mistake. Hail again, Lord Ragnil. Thank you for moving channels.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
I just want to see my boy Lobo kicking some major ass. I followed it up. I don't know if you guys saw this or not. There is a rumor out there. Don't hold your breath. I saw a rumor Supergirl is fighting some sex traffickers in space.
yeah, we know.
That's yeah. All right. So yeah.
We always wanted to see that.
Always want
Sarcasm.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course.
I bet you kick Lobos ass there in that movie because
Mm-hmm.
why not? Yeah.
Why not?
Jesus
Why
Christ,
not?
yeah.
L. Turner likes your video. He says this is interesting. This is cool. It's almost psychological. I said these old cartoons really nailed it. That dude deserved to get zapped by Darkseid. He was leaving, and the more undecided opened his mouth.
No, he didn't,
Turner
Kano.
says-
He didn't. You know, Darkseid was going to do it anyway because he was literally going and he wanted to, you know, do something to Superman that will leave him scarred. He was going to kill him anyway.
So
It wasn't because Dan Turpin said, yeah, don't go back or something. It wasn't because he was going to do it anyway. You could see him that he turned around and say, But don't forget, you just won the battle, but not the whole war and stuff like. He was going to kill him anyway. You can't be that cynical, man. Really, Jesus.
You have to understand those things like deeper, otherwise you always, I mean, when you have an extreme view of anything, you're gonna be wrong,
Yeah.
like for sure.
It's a villain. He was going to do it.
El Turner says, I love the way you're articulating those analytics, Empress.
Thank you.
Fire 100. Okay, it's definitely helped pique my interest, and I'll give it a watch. It offers depth to the character. Kano says, I mean, if I'm a superhero and someone makes me kill my only loved one, I'm going evil. Everyone is getting it. Nice. I will spare Tsunami, though. Thank you. Vic Martinez says, I'd like to see some of the really good graphic novel stories adapted into movies, as long as they're done well and stay true to the graphic novel storyline for the most part. El Turner says, I've always considered modern editions of Lois to be terrible plot armor, but here in this story, she serves a grander purpose.
Just watch the whole animated show if you haven't, El Turner. Really, that's the
Exactly.
best voice that you're going to see there.
Yeah, that I mean,
I-
when a character is well written and they serve the story, you cannot say it's a plot armor because it's literally serving the story. Otherwise, you can say that everything is plot armor, but it won't be correct. You have to you have to be able to tell the difference between real context and meaning and just crap and fluff on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Tsunami.
All good. Let's see. Yeah, so I followed up literally with she's great in the animated series. For real. She is actually not just a damsel in distress.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Check them out. If you've got time to watch cartoons, that's a cartoon that's worth your time. And some of the other ones that we've already labeled. Let's see. Kano says, oh no, Lex has fallen from the top of his tower. What a shame. Me looking at Superman throw my car, I worked my ass off with minimal wage and completely misses the enemy. Yeah, it sucks. Slow motion fest Tsunami, indeed. El Turner says, I agree, studio interference versus Justice League, but the story would have been more impactful with Cavill more established.
Yeah.
El Turner says, now that Zack Snyder's released the old Justice League 2 script on Instagram, do you think he's creating something new for a potential follow-up script? To the fellow reading the chat, you always do a great job, brother. Keep up the great work. Thank you. It's 556 Tsunami. I've been talking to you in chat also. Do you want to comment on this?
Which one? The follow script?
Now that Zack Snyder's...
Script, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know where this is freaking going. I think that
Same.
yeah, if Zack wanted to finish his vision and if he has the opportunity, I think he's just gonna finish that vision,
Yeah.
not anything else.
Not anything new or anything
That
like
makes sense because he's still proud of it. Obviously, he's posting it. So he's making a peach, not preach, a peach. Oh Jesus,
Peach.
not a peach. Peach,
Pitch. Yeah. Not a pitch. He's not making.
not the fruit.
Zack Snyder is doing gardening. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
So
trying
he's doing a
to.
pitch.
Yeah, he's trying to pitch it to prompt people to be more active, even more active. So we actually ask for this to be made. So I think this is absolutely brilliant, and so far everything that he have done, and now following this dropping of the storyboards and the story, I mean, it's logical that he's like, hey. Remember that?
I have a vision. I want to finish
Yeah.
it. Do we want to see the vision finished? You know, and we do want to see that finished. You know. So.
Yeah, so I want to make this huge appeal to everybody that love the idea and actually understand that. Please, like, make your voices heard and make more posts about it, talk about
Yeah.
it, commenting. Let's see that those things are going viral, like on X. That's why we're making a video as well. I mean, whatever you can do.
I keep seeing posts of people saying, you know, well, you should, as a fan of DC or Marvel, you should be happy that they're releasing new movies. And I say, so we should be happy that they're releasing shit. I
Yeah.
should be happy that there is a new Superman movie, just because there is a new Superman movie which has no Superman whatsoever.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, where is the Superman
There is
mobile?
no Superman there. Yeah. So
There is a guy.
Look at that photo there that we have of the three guys. Then even without the capes, which are CGI, those suits look amazing. You
Wow.
see that and you say, well, that's the Trinity there. I can't
Yeah.
imagine David Cornsworth Superman sitting there with his dumb suit. Yeah.
No, he would look like a SpongeBob SquarePants.
And probably
next to them.
if they make versions of the other two, they also have some type of stupid padded SpongeBob thingy suits.
It's so cartoony, his
Yeah.
suit. Okay, guys, we do have to move on,
Yeah.
but let us know what you think in the comments, because this is amazing. Actually, this is pretty
Absolutely.
cool and profound if you think about it.
Mhm.
Okay, Tsunami, we gotta move on.
Do watch the
Yep.
full video that we show you guys, and go over to Silum Lake's channel and give a shout out. Tell him the Empress and Logan sent me here. Superhero Truth sent me here.
Superhero True, because
Yeah.
there.
Exactly.
All right.
Let's go. Ooh.
So, going now, this is a pretty great article for contrast, because we are now living in the DCU of James Gunn,
No boy.
who thinks that it's very good to make fart jokes, hit Superman in the dick, and all of those
boy.
things. So here we have this article. Tom King, Mr. Miracle animated show, casts Darkseid for James Gunn's DCU. Tsunami, take it away.
The upcoming DC animated series, Mr. Miracle, is not only going to be set in James Gunn's DCU, but it will also introduce one of the major DCU players, Darkseid. In a recent interview with Word Balloon via Comic Book Movie, Tom King, the showrunner of Mr. Miracle and the writer of the DC Comics miniseries on which the show is based, discussed the animated series' relationship to the movies and TV shows in the DCU, like Superman and Peacemaker. King revealed that Mr. Miracle is canon in the DCU and that the actors he cast to voice the characters in his series will also play them in live action, should the need arise. Obviously, Scott and Barda were the big ones, King says, referring to Scott Free, the alter ego of Mr. Miracle, and his wife, Big Barda. But it's more than just these two characters, as King always also says he and his producer, Mitch Gerads, an animator on the show and the artist on King's Mr. Miracle comic miniseries, got to cast Darkseid. Darkseid, one of the most powerful and high-profile supervillains in DC Comics, is the ruler of the planet Apocalypse and seeks the anti-life equation, which will allow him to slay the universe by removing hope and free will. Darkseid is a major figure in Scott Free's backstory, as Free was given a Darkseid by his parents as a child in exchange for Darkseid's son, Orion, whom King and Garage will also cast to settle a conflict. Casting Darkseid is a big deal, as it seems almost inevitable that he will be a villain in the DCU somewhere down the line, even if he isn't that all involved with this first phase. And that will be the case, as James Gunn has made it clear that Darkseid is not going to be the main DCU villain for some time, because Zack Snyder already tried to use him in his DCEU, and the character is too similar to Thanos, the antagonist of the MCU's first three phases. Amusingly, Thanos was initially considered a ripoff of Darkseid when he debuted in Marvel Comics, something Thanos co-creator Jim Starlin admitted to. Funny how things change. And this works for the character as well. Although Thanos was behind the major evil deeds in the MCU, he didn't take an active role until Infinity War and Endgame, during which he was the central antagonist as opposed to one of his minions. Darkseid can perhaps be even more ominous if he's waiting in the wings, acting as a threat even worse than the ones that bring the Justice League together. Brainiac is a good example. He's a step up from Lex Luthor in terms of a threat, which makes him a logical choice to act as the villain in Man of Tomorrow. But he's not as big as Darkseid, so it doesn't feel like throwing away a cataclysmic event too early. As for Mr. Miracle, having the show establish the actor who will play Darkseid, give it a legitimacy it might not otherwise had. It's easy to write off these cartoons because of the difference in medium, but mention that Darkseid makes his debut here, and people have a reason to watch. End article.
Okay, so Logan.
So we actually don't know who is the casting of
Yeah.
Darkseid. Okay.
Yeah, did you get who's the actor that plays it?
No. They
Tsunami,
didn't
did
say.
you?
No, they weren't talking about the actor for Darkseid itself.
Just that they have
They
the chance
mentioned-
to cast him, or yeah.
No. So the big deal about this is that, okay, so here's what's really going on. James Gunn is an egomaniac.
Yes.
Darkseid was already used in Zack Snyder's fucking universe. James Gunn only has limited things to do for like ultimate like apocalyptic level threats or cataclysmic threats. Darkseid is obviously going to be one of them. So he really doesn't want to use him, but he's kind of like being backed into a corner. So the reason that they framed this article this way is because he has said, I am putting Darkseid in something, he will be featured there, but he will not be the main threat. However, I've also nominated these actors, the ones that were already named, for Big Barda and Mr. Miracle. But not no one else has been named yet. So there is kind of, I guess there's confusing wording, but the big note, like the big hubbubaloo about this is that James Gunn has finally said, okay, Darkseid's going to be in something. This is where it's at. This is how we're going to use him, and we won't use him for a long time thereafter, which is kind of funny since he's living on borrowed time as it is.
Yes, but this is for me is a clickbait,
Kinda, yeah.
like pure clickbait, because this actually didn't occur at all. Although they made a point, this and that, this is pure clickbait. That's what
They
clickbait
will
is.
cast him, but,
You're saying something that's actually not in the article or a
Yeah.
video. I mean that is clickbait. You're
Pretty
being
much.
disingenuous here. So
Pretty
I'm
much,
not happy with that at all. Now, now who the heck
He's Mr. Miracle.
and Tom King.
Oh.
Please tell me about Tom King. Can we count on this guy?
Don't know.
Okay.
Because he's freaking woke, that guy.
Exactly, okay.
He wrote Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, that, the movie is based off, because apparently James Gunn decided to be buddy with him, because he likes his... it's again depravity. Depravity, which
Yes.
one was it now? The worst, yeah.
Yeah,
So
it is,
it's
yes.
again that. He writes the drunk Supergirl, stupid stuff like superheroes cursing and things like that. It's if he writes the boys would be fine, but when you give him those superheroes, he does a shitty job. He
Yeah.
wrote Batman, and the first two arcs were okay, and then he started to interject his ideas there in the last season.
You just can't help but putting his PP in the comic
he's
books
again
and closing it.
taking those characters that you love and transforms them into a shitty excuse for characters that he does.
A comic book?
Yeah.
That's an example comic book. This is Tom King.
It says Tom King here. If you
Yes.
see the name Tom King, just run away.
And this is his PP.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ.
And
it's
he's
so,
putting it
so
in.
visualized now. Oh, yeah. And then it looks like crap, yeah. So yeah, he wrote that mini-series for kind of like the origin of Mr. Miracle, or Scott Free. He's called Scott Free because he's like an escape artist. He can escape anything. Scott Free. And of course, it's just a stupid, deconstruction version of the character. So we're not going to see that character in that animated show. And of course, being Tom King, this is going to be an unrated R show because the comic book is also like that. So you're going to see what you have seen, if you have seen it, because no one else has Creature Commandos. That's it. That's why James Gunn wants Tom King to be so much in those things. Again, when you make a comic book writer and also writing of writers of the shows, things don't work. Even what was it? Even the guy who created Invincible, yes, he's in the process, but he's not writing the show on his own. Robert Kirkman, yes, he's not writing it on his own. He actually has another writers who are, movie and TV show writers to help him. It's a different medium. So we're going to see that. We're not going to see Mr. Miracle. Also, guys, who the hell cares about Mr. Miracle? Jesus Christ, man. Can we get the big guys? I mean, he's an okay character, but who the hell cares about that? And we're not going to see a good version of New Genesis, the planet, and Apocalypse. New Genesis is the planet that is the opposite of Apocalypse, and they switch the suns, because Orion was basically the son of Darkseid. He gives it to New Genesis. They give him a Scott Free, and supposedly to have something like a peace, but that doesn't happen because Darkseid is a douchebag, of course.
Because Darkseid is Darkseid.
And we're not going to see good versions of those planets, especially New Genesis, which is kind of like this paradise of a planet, totally the opposite of Apocalypse. We're going to see depravity again and stupidity. Who's going to play Big Barda? She's supposed to be played by like a bodybuilder type of a woman, like the woman who played Atalanta in Hercules, remember? Who's going to play her? I have no idea.
Oh.
But yeah, guys, I am not going to watch that because it's Tom King, because it's James Gunn, because it's going to be Creature Commandos all over again. because we can't have a good animated superhero show like the one that we talked about in the super anime. We have to have now everything is going to be a total rated R, because we can't do it otherwise. You can. You showed many years ago that you can. It doesn't need to be like that always.
We have to end this rant now.
And let's end, yeah.
Okay, so Tsunami, let us know what you think, and yeah.
I don't think much of this at all. I'm just waiting for James Gunn to go away finally.
Yeah,
That's pretty much the end of it. Yeah.
yes, I
Yes.
think that whatever we get now after the Supergirl, everything's gonna die. Like after we're finished with Supergirl, there's not gonna be much left, and that Lantern show is getting reshoots. Everything's gonna flop so miserably that James Gunn is just gonna, I don't know, like fire himself at the end. He's gonna be so freaking embarrassed. I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah.
So guys, as always, let us know what you think in the comments. This is a nothing burger almost,
Yeah.
because whatever they do here is not gonna matter at all. It's gonna suck. It's gonna be deprived, and
Totally.
everybody's gonna be sick to their stomach and metaphorically puking. But I'm sure that some are gonna puke like for real.
Even for curiosity's sake, stay away from that miniseries by Tom King. Stay away from everything written by Tom King, basically. So yeah, if you love superheroes, if you want to see deconstruction scene because you hate superheroes, go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to chat talk right now, and super amazing thank you to Mr. Nobody for the 5 gifted memberships. I mean, this month is just kicking my ass, and I do need memberships for sure. So thank you so much, Mr. Nobody. And now, Tsunami, take it away. Take it away. Read the chat.
All right, over on the Game Rumpers channel, we've got Man of Gooning has returned, Mr. Nobody. I don't understand what they're trying to do even as a normie.
Yeah.
And he dropped 5 fucking bangers memberships. Thanks so much. Got a couple fucking people that were part of the gang and that are now part of it. We got it, Nobody. All good. And then
All
over
good.
on the Superhero Truth channel, let's see, where did I leave off? Guns. Yeah, there it is. L. Turner says Gunn said he wasn't going to touch Darkseid. That's why I was saying what I said. Kano says, oh boy, Darkseid finna be a weakling. Scared that they'll make it PG. I just want to see giant kaiju battle between Darkseid versus Trigon. Awesome. Modern villains be like, I'm so evil. Now mortals bring me coffee with soy. Logan.
Exactly.
L. Turner agrees with you. Man of Gooning is in the cuck chair already. Double
God.
degenerates of Gunn and King. Facts. Says Vic Martino. Gunn gives us crap characters that he wants, not us true fans want. True. El Turner says Tsunami. I'm also waiting for Gunn to take a hike and maybe follow Kathleen Kennedy off into the sunset. Yeah, those two can go off into the sunset. No, I won't say. We're still on. I'm online. Sometimes I get a little worked up. Yeah, they can go walk all kinds of places. Oh God, remove Gunn ASAP, please, says Vic Martino. And we're all caught up.
Indeed.
Yes. Okay. It's time to move on to the next news. But once again, thank you, Mr. Nobody. Thank you. I appreciate it. I truly do. Okay. Let's go to news number 3. Okay.
This is fun.
What, Tsunami?
I said this is fun. I was actually excited about this.
Oh,
I'm
really?
more into
Alright.
Matt Reeves Batman right now than anything.
All right. Yeah, it's a bit more refreshing in comparison to the previous article.
Yes.
So let's go. Joker set to return in the Batman Part 2. Give it the go, Tsunami.
Right on. Following the news that Sebastian Stan looks to be joining the Batman Part 2, Variety adds that Barry Keoghan is also expected to return as the Joker. Keoghan briefly appeared at the end of the first film in a locked cell at Arkham, teasing a twisted friendship with Paul Dano's Riddler. Now it looks like that storyline will continue. Joker's role is still unknown. While Keoghan's return hasn't been officially confirmed by Warner Brothers, Variety is a reliable source, and the report says the Joker is expected to appear once more in the sequel. It's unclear how large the role will be. Reeves previously said he views the character as part of Gotham's long-term decay, not necessarily the main villain. But having the Joker return, even in a limited capacity, adds another layer to the growing world Reeves is building. Matt Reeves also previously released a deleted scene from The Batman showing Robert Pattinson's Batman meeting Barry Keoghan's Joker in Arkham. The chilling 5-minute clip revealed more of Keoghan's disfigured, unhinged take on the character and hinted at a shared history between the two. Joker, Two-Face, and a Gotham's Criminal Rise. With Sebastian Stan rumored to be playing Harvey Dent and Scarlett Johansson linked to Gilda Dent, The Batman Part 2 could see Bruce Wayne surrounded by future threats in their early stages. Joker, Dent, Riddler, and Penguin are all active in this version of Gotham, setting up a rogues gallery that mirrors Bruce's own psychological descent. Rumor also offers the main villain could either be Hush or Mr. Freeze. The Batman Part 2 release info, directed by Matt Reeves. The Batman Part 2 stars Robert Pattinson and is scheduled to hit theaters on October 1st, 2027. End article.
Okay, so me and Logan have two concerns about
Yay.
this. Okay, just like with Christopher Nolan, these movies are very reminiscent of Christopher Nolan's style,
Indeed.
where he's trying to appeal to realism somehow, what he understands
As
is
realism.
realism. And that is in expense of the comic book portrayal of Batman and all of these characters. So that's an issue, especially if you're a comic book fan. Although these movies are good as movies, just like the Nolan movies are good as movies, and they appeal to a broader audience if they're not that familiar with Batman or the comic books portrayal of Batman, they're still lacking in that area of comic book portrayal of these characters because neither Nolan or this guy, Matt Reeves, really gets those characters. The only way that they can portray them on screen is always through their lens of what they understand could be the reality if Batman was here among us in real life and whatever.
Yeah.
It's the same with the Joker. Now, I mean, this is fine that they're going to go in that direction, but what is worrying, besides the fact that they're not really, that Matt Reeves is not really a comic book director and understanding comic books, is that if those are like earlier versions of these characters, how long do we have to wait for those to be the intended versions of the characters? Because this is not a TV show.
Yeah.
These movies take so many years to be made. Robert Pattinson is gonna be 40 soon, and that becomes super ridiculous by this point. And I know that the movie is delayed because of all the things that happen with the DC change of leadership. All of those things are understandable, and we didn't even know if James Gunn will allow a second movie to happen. So thankfully, it is happening. It is going to be separate. It was kind of, I mean, the first movie was successful enough, so it's kind of dumb not to continue it. The point is that if Matt Reeves thinks for us to have like a little bit of tease here and there, and those characters to not be full-fledged characters and like the first version of the Joker or whatever before he actually becomes the Joker, we don't have the whole time. Like, how
don't have
much
the whole
time
time
do
in the
we
world,
have?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Robert Pattinson is not 20, okay? So he may look 35 for the next 15 years. But still, why don't we get like the full Harvey Dent or Scarlett Johansson? What the heck are you doing there? But,
She's playing the wife of Harvey Dent, don't you see?
Okay,
That's
but,
it.
like,
I mean,
what that-
Buddy Quigan also is not going to be young forever. You
yeah,
know,
that's.
so-
I mean, he has a lot of prosthetics on his face
Yeah,
that
anyway,
are disgusting.
yeah.
But yeah, that's fine. But I mean, like, who cares about his wife? I don't know. Is
Why
that
is she there, you know?
is that an integral part? Also,
No.
lastly, how is Hush gonna fit into this whole realism? Or Mr. Freeze, for that matter.
That's actually a very interesting question. I don't know what they're going to do. Is he going to sell diamonds or something? Ice? Let me take you some ice. I don't know. I mean, Hush, as much as he is a character that doesn't have powers and things, so that he can change his face to anyone because he's a surgeon. How are we doing that in real life? Anything else? But I don't know, because really, then we won't get those characters again. Then we will. The Penguin works, for example, because he doesn't have powers. He's a mobster, you know, in most of his famous version, you know. So that works. Okay, this works. But how are we going to do like Mr. Freeze or some of the other guys? And for that
I
matter,
think they're going to do Hush.
for that matter, how are we going to do Hush? And why again Two-Face? I mean, Jesus Christ! Don't we have other villains who are okay? Hush, not so famous. Okay, but again, you're going to put it to those realistic lenses, and you're not giving me the character. Just like with Nolan's and Racial Ghoul, which no Lazarus Pit. Turns out that another guy is portraying him. He was just there. Then he turns out, no, I'm actually Racial Ghoul and things like that. And say, but
It creates a lot of problems when you try to put so much realism and remove the fantastical elements.
Yeah.
It creates a lot of problems
we need
in
that.
terms of characterization, character depth, anything,
Yeah.
anything. Because those characters are created around what they make them who they are, which are the
Exactly.
fantastical elements that surround them. That's like
Yeah.
integral to their nature.
I don't want to see, for example, in a realistic world of if they put Clayface here, I don't want to see a Clayface who, just put makeup and prosthetic to change his face. No, I want to see him how he transforms, goddammit. That's what I want to see. That's the interesting part.
So that's the worrying part that we have to put forward, because I know that many people are excited about it if they like the previous movie. We do like the previous movie as a movie. As a movie. As a
movie.
Batman movie, we have the same problem as we do with the Nolan films.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, where is my Batman?
What is my Batman?
I don't feel like, I mean, when we came out of the theater, I can still remember this. I felt like I watched a really down-to-earth, greedy, movie that has some heft to it, And,
It's a crime movie. It's a
Yeah.
crime movie. The crime movie there with the mafia and the mobsters. It's a crime movie.
yeah, but I absolutely had no feeling that I have
No.
watched a Batman film.
No.
Zero Batman. I didn't see a Batman in this movie. Yeah, there was a guy wearing a costume, beating guys in the face. That's fine. But I didn't see Batman. I didn't feel it at all. That feeling that Batman can only give you as a comic book character that comes. That is very the it factor.
There was
that's
no,
not
there was
there.
no, for example, him staying on a gargoyle, which is a very, it's a great image. But I guess it's not realistic because those buildings don't have gargoyles anyway.
I
So-
mean, Gotham has a particular aesthetic to it.
Exactly. Thank God for the aesthetic of Batman 1989. This is how Gotham should look like.
Yeah.
So give us that again. Give us and his car that look like, well, a car.
Yeah, a Mustang.
Yeah.
God,
Jesus Christ,
I
yeah.
mean, freaking hell, if you shy away from what makes those comic books, I don't know what to tell
Not
you.
that it should be, guys. Not it should be comic booky in the comedy kind of a way, not like
no,
Batman and
nobody
Robin.
means
But
that.
we mean again a serious movie like Batman '89, for example, like Man of Steel, serious movie with the comic book thing is inside that the things that makes them actually the comic books. I don't need freaking explanations like, for example, in Batman Begins, well, how does my cape turns into wings and because of electricity it's static and something else. Jesus
We
Christ.
don't actually need that.
Yeah, and I created this suit for spelunking or things, and just say it's armored. Just say it's armored. Nobody cares. It's Batman.
Or just show it.
I'll just show it.
you know?
We don't need those realistical explanations.
Like Zack just shows things.
Yeah.
And they work and they're comic booky and the atmosphere is there. It's
And you could
absolutely
see,
there.
I still remember from BVS when the police officer were coming into this warehouse or whatever it was, and Batman sitting there in the corner like a ninja, and they say, well, here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go. But otherwise, if it's too realistic, we can't have that. Oh, the terrorism.
No, that stream is behind.
So yeah, really, I mean, I don't know what to really feel about that because I just want, a comic book movie with those
I know what to
characters.
feel about that. I
Nothing,
don't care.
Nothing.
I
yes.
don't care.
Oh, look, as
I
Eddie,
don't
as
really
Eddie
care.
would say in Ed, Ed and Eddie, one episode of Ed, Ed and Eddie, oh, can you hear this? Why? It's the sound of no one caring. So
I mean, we don't care just because we're comic book fans and not realism.
No.
Pompous, aristocracy kind of a view of superheroes, whatever. We want meaning, not snobism.
exactly.
So, tonight I know that you have a different point of view, which I love to hear. So please go ahead.
Yeah, you guys are like Snyder. Like you guys are like really into Snyder.
I would be okay with Tim Burton again,
Wait,
man. I mean, he did it right. I would be okay with
I'm not
that.
done. I'm not done. You guys are obviously Snyder bros. That's fine. Like I'm like I said, like I hope things work out. Nobody in the house for $10.
Oh
Hey,
my
no.
God.
Thank you, Mr. Nobody. I think the issue that all of us ran into as fans is the interpretation of the interoperation of the interpretation. Something new and the same at the same time is a hard balance. That's very true. Well said.
That's a good point. But I just want to say thank you, Mr. Nobody. Wonder
Again,
Woman salute.
just take the freaking Batman the animated series and
Guys, let me finish, please. I'm giving a completely casual, non-Snyder fan version.
Okay, but I just want to
I
say like one thing before I continue because it's very important. Just that. So the reason we are the Snyder Bros right now is just because he's the only guy that actually put some effort into showing us a comic book imagery on screen and actually putting some effort in that direction
Absolutely, yeah.
and showing those characters like they are in a particular
Preach.
context. This is the only reason why we are not tied to Snyder. He's just the only guy.
who didn't? Yeah,
That's the reason. If there's some other guy like Tim Burton, whatever he did back then with Batman, whatever, but there isn't in modern times.
There isn't
in modern times. This is the only guy. We just that's it. That's the only reason. That's the only. Okay, continue.
Yeah.
Anyways, we know you guys like Snyder. I get it. I'm hyped too. My issue with Snyder has always been the same. I did not like to. I don't like the way he rolled it out. Like, when you compare Marvel and DC, it's obviously they did bad. So right off the bat, that's my view on Snyder. Fine. I hope that everything's great. I did not like the Batman. I don't really like Robert Pattinson. I did not like the movie. I thought the first 2/3 was pretty good. The third act was really like trash, and I was like, "What is this? What's going on here?"
Hey,
So, like, I'm not a huge fan of the Batman.
I'm surprised. I kind of
However-
thought that you're gonna praise it, but okay, continue. That's
No, I think
interesting.
he said them before that. Yeah.
No. That's not me. I'm not that guy.
Okay.
They started throwing all these crazy fucking curveballs, and I'm like, what is this? Can't you just have, if you want to do realism, can we just have like a streamlined story? But they wanted to throw in all this extra like curveball shit. And I think that what I'm saying, that's why I said I think they're gonna choose Hush over Mr. Freeze. But anyways, aside from all that, fine. I thought it was a fine movie. I watched it once. I probably will never. I might watch it again now. But the Penguin on its own as a standalone show made me think in a completely new light, because the Penguin on its own was like a fantastic show. So I'm wondering, and I know that Matt Reeves had to deal with, all the BS that's going on at Warner Brothers right now, creative decisions. Maybe we can do this, maybe we can't. Hey, Henry Cavill, you're going to be Superman. Oh, by the way, no, you're not. Like, all that shit was going on at the same time. So obviously there was a lot of problems getting in his way, and I think he had a vision. I didn't necessarily agree with it, but by comparison to the slop that's come out of Marvel and DC in the past couple of years, I'm a little more excited about this than not. So that's really all I was getting at. Like, I don't think it's going to be great or anything like that, but like, it's something new. Like, okay, I'll watch your take on it. The fact that they're talking about Joker, Dent, Riddler, and Penguin, and they mentioned that in the article, made it more interesting to me, especially in knowing that there's going to be a Clayface show and things like that, which sounds super stupid at first, but then again, the Penguin show sounded super stupid. I wonder if they're going to do a movie where they introduce all these characters, and that the intent of the movie is obviously to have kind of a clean Batman story, but the real point of it is to have all the runoff shows next to it, running alongside of it, so that you continue to flesh out the world of Gotham in a way that I think Penguin did a really good job. I'd like to see Dent's rise and fall and how he becomes crazier or whatever. I'd like to see Joker fleshed out in a different way, and maybe they're going to be able to do this in a completely novel way while introducing other DC heroes, minor ones, whatever. I don't know what they're going to do with it. All I know is it's not Shang-Chi. It's not the Marvels. It's not Miss Marvel. So this is a little more like entertaining for me. I'm not that excited, but hey, I thought it was kind of a fun thing to bring up.
Don't you think that it would be better actually now that what the Penguin the show did? Don't you think that it would be better if actually he was the villain now in the second movie? I mean, just him. Okay, I mean, introduce like Dent here being just Dent, his wife and whatever. But why not now the Penguin, for example, as the main villain?
Because of what they did with the Riddler in the first movie, I think that they're going to use Hush.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Hail Stu, I'm sorry, I just saw that come over
Hail,
there
Stu.
as a blocked message. I think they're going to use Hush. Obviously, the Hush storyline, at least the best that I can understand it. Wayne knew Hush when he was a kid.
Yeah.
There's a whole revenge plot behind that.
Mm.
Riddler's involved with that too. Obviously, there's Lazarus pits and other things too. I don't think they're going to go that direction, but I think they're going to use this existing mold to go ahead and tie this together. That's why I think it's going to be Hush over Mr. Freeze. That's my personal belief based off of what I read.
Because they have the
There's
Riddler,
no-
they could actually do Hush, because indeed in the comic book it turns out that the Riddler was behind most of the things with Hush. So,
Right. And,
yeah, they
and
could
this
play it
is
like that.
where, when they throw the other names out here like that, you can see that Hush is working. Well, it's really Riddler in the background, but Hush is working in the background, hiring people. He's warping people. He's manipulating people into doing these things. And this is what I'm talking about with spin-off shows and things like that, where you could really flesh this out into a like massive crime drama that could then reach back over into a third Reeves movie, etc., so on and so forth. So there's some possibilities here. I think it could go somewhere. I did not like the Batman. I thought it was fine, like whatever. It's something to watch. I loved the Penguin though. I'm like hands down a big fan of the Penguin show. I thought it was awesome, and it really like sparked this whole like completely different thought in my brain. Like, wow, you could really flesh out Gotham, unlike that show Gotham, in a completely different way, where you want to have all this fucking realism. I'm with you guys. I want to see more of the comic booky stuff. And I think they set the groundwork for this in Penguin. Make another show. Make it more fantastic. Do more prosthetics. Do more CGI. Let's see some of these powers. I want to see it. What's his name? Firefly? Show me a Firefly. I want to see some fucking lunatic running around like that. That's fucking awesome. So I don't know. I think there's a lot they could do with this if they work at it, but who knows? Like I said, the third act, absolute shit in the fucking first Batman movie, but I don't know. But
So
I'm a
with,
little more optimistic.
Also with 20 minutes too long, that movie. I mean, at one point I thought when he caught the Riddler and things like that, and I was ready to get up of my and said that the movie's over, right? And then 20 more minutes and I said, Jesus Christ, we are still here.
Okay, guys, we
Yes,
are
but
super pressed
anyway.
with the time. Like, horribly
Sorry.
pressed.
Yeah, I ran over. I'm sorry. Nobody gave a 2.
Yes.
For third act, that's some issues. One line in particular, that being about the white man. Of course. Yes, absolutely.
Thank you, Thank you. I don't remember that, but thank you for mentioning
When
it.
Catwoman says
Oh,
those
yes.
Rich privileged white men.
Oh, that was so
Wrong
woke.
Catwoman.
Oh, I remember
Because
it now.
Zoe Kravitz is not rich and privileged at all. You know?
Yeah, at all.
anyway, yeah.
At all. Yes, there's so many black people in America, like Oprah Winfrey, Will Smith,
Jesus Christ, yeah.
Wesley Snipes,
Eddie Murphy,
Eddie
whoever
Murphy,
you
like
want to.
endless amounts of lists that are more like richer than all the population of our country, like together.
Altogether, absolutely.
So,
yeah.
and we are all white. So, yeah, whatever. Okay, guys. So,
Stu in the house.
Stu,
Thank you, Stu.
thank you. So, guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Very important. Now, we're gonna have a chat talk, but like for a minute because we are so, again, we don't have time.
It wasn't kind of like that.
No, we already did it. Like that literally
You
is
kinda
it.
did it,
Hail
yeah.
Stu, what's up? And
Okay.
we're ready to go.
And nobody
Next story.
said it. Yeah.
Next story, please. Yes. Okay. Let me see. We're
Maybe
going
we should
to...
go to the Legend of Zelda and the chainsaw thing, so that we don't omit something more important.
We literally have 20 minutes.
But something will drop.
Get through it. I'll just be quiet. That's fine. There's no need to. This all ties together because it's all Netflix driven.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, whatever you decide. Yeah.
Let's skip
Whatever
to
is more
Zelda.
important so that you can cut it into. Yeah.
Yeah, let's skip to Zelda
Yeah.
then. I'm sorry about that, guys,
Alright.
but really. So, The Legend of Zelda movie to stream exclusively on Netflix following theatrical release. Well, whatever that means, today we take it away.
Netflix has secured the exclusive streaming rights for The Legend of Zelda movie following its theatrical and home releases. Scheduled to hit cinema screens on May 7th, 2027, The Legend of Zelda is still shrouded in mystery, although we do have a few stills of Link actor Benjamin Evan Ainsworth and Bo Bragison as Zelda. The long-awaited live-action adaptation was announced in November 2023 and is produced by Nintendo's legendary creative boss, Shigeru Miyamoto, alongside Avi Arad, there's that name, former CEO of Marvel Studios, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, Wes Ball is directing, from a screenplay by Jurassic World writer Derek Connolly. The news comes as part of a new deal brokered between the streaming services and Sony Pictures Entertainment in a quote unquote first of its kind agreement that will see the production company's upcoming slate of movies released on Netflix globally. A similar deal is currently in place for selected regions around the world, including the US, Germany, and Southeast Asia. But these new terms will now open it up completely. The new global Pay One arrangement will roll out gradually starting later this year as individual territory rights become available, with full global availability on Netflix in early 2029, Sony Pictures said. As part of this deal, Netflix will also license rights to select SPE, feature films, and television library titles. Some of the movies in the deal include the final part of the animated Spider-Verse trilogy, Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, Sam Mendes' Four Beatles biopic, and of course the live-action The Legend of Zelda movie. Rest assured, though, fellow physical media fans, the Zelda movie will still be released on disc after its theatrical run, so if you really do crave that high-fidelity transfer, you won't be stuck on a streaming 4K bitrate if that isn't quite good enough for you. Which The Legend of Zelda game do you think the movie story will take inspiration from the most? The costuming certainly suggests Twilight Princess may be a touch point, but I can't help but feel it will ride on the success of Breath of the Wild when it comes to plot and the look of Ganon. What do you think? Let us know in the comments below. End article.
Okay, so I kind of don't care. So, Logan, you say anything. We have 5 minutes.
About the Legend
Yeah.
of Zelda movie.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I hope it's good.
Yeah, of course.
Just that I hope that they adapted Twilight Princess because that's my favorite game of the Zelda. Thing is, I haven't played all the others fully, just Twilight Princess because I like how it looks. But I think that they really adapt Breath of the Wild because that's the most famous one from the new things that they have now. I mean, if they want to release it on Netflix exclusive, okay, I'm going to see it in the cinema. Probably we'll see. What else to say about that?
Yeah. But what do you think, Tsunami?
I think of course, that I hope the Legend of Zelda movie is good. I'm glad they didn't get that Troon to be Zelda. I think the actors look great. Hopefully, no girl bossing, or at least not overtly so. And yeah, I hope they really nailed this one. I think the more important thing is what's going on with Netflix. The fact that they are literally saying, "Oh, we love theaters. We'll definitely wait the whole 45 days or 60 days or whatever from the release to go ahead and put it on our streaming site." I don't see that timeline sticking for very long, but I mean, it sounds nice at least. I think the more important thing here is the streaming war is on in the background. Someone is trying to be top dog, and so everyone just puts their money that way. That's what we're looking at here.
Okay, yeah, and I'm not a player of Zelda, so I hope it's gonna be great, and that's it.
Might be just a cool movie, as we say.
Yeah.
I mean, but again, yeah, it's important. What will happen with that deal now? Is it Netflix who is going to buy Warner?
It's the deal.
It's the deal that is important here. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's the most
it.
important
So
thing.
is it going to happen, and will they really release those movies after the window they say, or is it going to be no, now we bought it so we can do whatever we want?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so let me know what you think, guys, in the comments. And now we are to the most fun news
Yeah.
of the stream, and this is from Chainsword over on Twitter. I asked an AI to show me a lore-accurate female Custodes Shield-Captain miniature. This is what it came up with. It's all Zinch scheme. Okay, so context. In the past few days, the reveal event of GW was live, and they finally, for the horror of everyone that are actually based in actual fans of Warhammer 40k, GW decided to go there and create miniatures, 30k miniatures of the female Custodes, which look butt ugly, just like men. And there's a lot of issues about that. It's not just how they look, it's about that they exist in the first place. That shouldn't be, because there's endless amounts of reasons that we discussed before why they shouldn't exist, and this does break the lore. This contradicts what GW previously has been writing for the past 38 years. So it's a matter of principle, it's not a matter of gender or whatever. If this was about anything else, we will be as enraged as we are right now.
Exactly.
So Chainsword is one of those guys that follow the lore since its very beginning. He is one of those guys that check books for woke content. He also knows which authors really, really like sink into the woke and allow themselves to write crap in 40k. The guys that infected. So he's a great guy, and he decided to follow, I guess, Smash JT's trend by putting an already ugly character and telling the AI to make them look better. And what it spit out, it is pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Because
indeed.
that is a beautiful female custody. And one of the arguments that people have, if we are to actually get female custodies to begin with, although it's wrong, but if we have to have them, at least make them attractive.
There is
Because
that.
the custodies, the male custodies, the original custodies, are the epitome of human perfection. They're a product that exceeds the Astartes in terms of how they're made. The process is a bit of a mystery, but they are the best warriors that the Imperium has to offer because they are the bodyguards of the Emperor himself. So it will make a lot of sense if they are the epitome of female beauty as well, if they have to have
Yeah,
females
indeed.
among their ranks. So this would be so much cooler if, the armor is still kind of like, going according to her physique. I mean, it's narrower. They changed that when we had the 40k custody in the tights animation last year. The armor was the same as the male armor, and there was practically no difference at all. Now with the 30k custodies, they changed that. They made the armor look more narrow and to actually kind of look like a woman is wearing it, like a girl puts on male clothes. That's how it looks like, but within
yeah.
the armor. So they decided to, for some reason, make the armor more female, quote unquote, but the heads are hideous.
Yeah.
Hideous. So what Chainsaw did here is perfect. At least that will make things better. At least people will like them more. At least, men and women will enjoy their aesthetic a lot more. Because Sisters of Battle lately were actually portrayed a bit more better than usual, some more rough and ugly, some beautiful, some not. We had a Night Edition trailer like 2 years ago that was made by a great animation studio, and those guys created a beautiful, Sister of Battle there, and that's how they should be as well. Not always like, understand if somebody's like older and whatever, they had scars because they fought. You can have scars and still be
It's
beautiful.
still beautiful, yeah.
Your face not gonna automatically become rougher and looking more like a man. Sisters
And,
of Battle have nothing to do with Astartes.
Wouldn't it be cool if you see, that custody there now with the helmet, how she kicks ass, and then she takes off the helmet and the hair is doing that, and it's all
And
the
it's
beautiful
actually
face, and you're
beautiful,
wow,
yeah.
and nothing's,
Not that stupid
Hulk.
top knot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Would be much better. Would be really like in Lord of the Rings when what was her name? I keep forgetting her name. Not Aaron, but the other girl that fought off with the guy with the dragon, and she took off the helmet and she said, "I'm no man."
Eowyn.
Which one? Which one? Ah, yeah, thank you. Which was great. She can do that here too. She look like
Yeah.
that. Hell,
That's so
at least if they're going to be female, at least let them be female. Actually,
Yeah.
For the Sisters of Battle, like an easy example is Witcher 3. Ciri has a gigantic scar across her face, and she's still very attractive.
Yeah.
Of
Like you can
Yeah, of
absolutely
course.
do that.
Of course, that doesn't change facial features, for crying out loud.
Well, I mean, it could, but you could very easily show someone scarred, battle hardened, and still be very attractive.
I mean,
Absolutely.
if
So-
she has her half of her face blown away and the whole shape changed,
Yeah,
sure.
I didn't want to get graphic. Sorry, I went PTSD on you for a second, so I was like, that could actually go pretty bad. But anyways,
But just a scar here and there, that's
Yeah.
not gonna change
Yeah,
her
yeah, yeah.
features.
Mhm.
And they always portray them with scars, and then people that defend how they look, they say, but she has a scar. But I'm like, did that change her whole face to now look like a man? No. Then stop it. Stop it. That kind of looks like me if I was with white eyes, all white, and black hair and black lipstick.
You got blown up by a Melta. Now you have a fantastic jawline. Like what? Like really? That's a thing? Amazing.
Yeah, no. So please, Tsunami, please read this.
Okay, so from Chainsword. I asked an AI to show me a lore-accurate female Custodes Shield-Captain miniature. This is what it came up with. It's all a Zinch scheme. There have always been female custodians. And yeah, Gunner bait. And then down there in the comments, we've got Cole says, since canon can be anything we want it to be, this custodian of Zinch is canon. Boom. Chainsword says this is what they get for ditching the Sisters of Violence. Fact. Female custodians are illogical, just like the woke mind virus. It's you, says Noble Shield. And get to this photo here. We have successfully micified the AI. Oh, wow. The Zinch armor with the, yeah, it's amazing. Damn, did Grok do that? Because it seems like Grok. Hey, yo. That's actually pretty cool. Laughing my ass off. I should redraw this. At least I won't forget the trigger on the staff like the DEI hires at GW. Says Mobius Bacon. Fantastic comment. Let's see. Gorb says if people were really bothered with that, they just had to have female custodians. They could have just gotten them from across the realms for a long time now. But it is not about having the models. It's about them being official. Agreed. This is literally what I said yesterday. Please stop pinging me under this. It's terrible for my infiltration. This post was written by Zinch Sodis Trust. The Great Game in the Masquerade is going on in 40k as well. Study Slanesh, for example. Keeper of Secrets, The Mask, etc. That is a nice looking model. Lol, better than what was designed. Would work in any other game, just not 30 or 40k. Whatever. A Zinch Demon Prince inspired by the new Shield Captain does sound nice. Of course, not bought from GW. Only doing it if I buy it from friends. Anyways, if Elon bought GW and for some reason he wanted to keep the current lore, he should start 11th edition by having the Zinchian nature of the Femstodes revealed and turned into a chaos faction. I'm sure he would.
And then we have some true bombs here. These men, yes, that's a great thing. Legio Custodes, Golden Brotherhood, yes, that's very nice. It is known that the custodians begin their lives as the infant sons, yes. And here, and it's a great honor for those of their noble houses to submit a son, yes. And also the Emperor quote that I have to find, but I do have a whole video about that. And that's pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool. And that would be pretty cool. Okay. So I asked to show me the record female custodian. This is such a... Fuck you. Yes, thank you.
That's what the AI said, yeah.
Thank you.
Did you see it? Someone else did it too. There's a picture right there. You just missed it. Someone else did the exact same test with the AI and got this something very similar.
Yeah.
Ah, this one, yeah.
Yeah, so it's very cool. I said it has boobs armor and all of that. Okay, guys. So the point is that this shouldn't be, but even if it had to be, at least make them attractive.
At least that.
Yeah, that's it. Because I also want to see attractive female characters. I never want to see manly women because that means that they're not women and that is disrespectful to women. So that would be much more respectful if actually beauty is acknowledged and not forgotten about and dicked away, so we can make more way for manliness in women, which nobody wants. Women don't want it, men don't want it. It's anti anything, really, anti nature. So, final thoughts, Tsunami, on this topic?
No, it's hilarious, of course. I'm sure they were weathering this storm. They were anticipating it. That's why they put it at the end of the stream. Of course, they knew they were going to get shit. It's going to be shit all week about this. People are going to make hundreds of videos about it, and they're still not going to care. I wish the AI would have made more female-centric armor, like to accentuate it even more. I think that would have been even funnier. But the fact that the AI is like, why would I make some butch lesbo when I can make this hot girl who's also a fucking ass-kicking machine? I think is hilarious.
Yeah, I actually tried that with one of my AIs, and it did it exactly with the female form and shape and the armor, and you can see that it's a female. Yeah,
it's logical.
Yeah.
I mean,
I tried to experiment to see
AI
what
is
would happen.
logical.
AI is logical.
okay, guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you. So, final comments, and we gotta go really fast.
All right. Let's see. Over in the Game Rumble channel, only 13% of people in the U.S. are black. By the way, says nobody. True.
Yeah, and they still do a lot of the crime.
Yeah.
I randomly threw some numbers out there. 13 causing 50. I don't know. I felt it in my soul to throw that out there. Anyways, over on the superhero channel, I'm a huge Zelda fan. Says Mike. Nice. I'd rather Paramount than Netflix take over the WB. Says Vic. We butt ugly fellas. Facts. Kano. Mike Drop says, I just met a 3D printer person today on stream. If interested, yo ho ho. Okay, got it. Anyways, let's see. Kano says this looks more than Sigmarine than Custode. The new F Custode model looks like man drying hormones. It's ma'am.
It's ma'am. Ma'am.
Yes.
I can't. I have to do it every time. Excuse me, sir. Take it outside, motherfucker. It's ma'am.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Vic Martino says, I was going to say that reminds me a bit of Empress. Oh, no, bro. Empress is better looking. Well played. Way to fix it there. At the end says Vic Martino. Kano says, not going to lie, as a case Lord, I would prefer to fight female Custode. I will tell her to calm down, lady, and smoke her while she's going full emotional and rampages around. It's ma'am. Gets cut in half by Claw.
Every time she
Take it
wants
outside,
to
motherfucker.
go
I'll
to
show
see
you
the
what's up.
Emperor, she will say, I demand to speak with a manager.
And he's like, I'm the manager. You. Yeah.
Sorry, I will get a hold of myself. Yeah, that's it though. We're
I
all
think
caught
that's
up.
it, yeah.
Thank you so. Thank you, Vic, for the compliment. I appreciate it. But yeah, all women, please go pick up weights and train. You're going to have like the best physique possible and not turning into a man. You're going to actually have a beautiful V taper. It's gonna make your waist much smaller and your hips much more shapelier. So you're gonna look amazing. Okay, not just me. So guys, thank you so much for watching. This was the Monday news show in which we combine the superhero, the gaming, and the Warhammer news, if there are such, and then this is gonna be amazing videos
All our
later.
powers combined.
Yay.
All powers combined.
And now form the hit.
And
Yeah.
now form the head. Okay, guys, we're really pressed for the time, so I love ya. Take care. We're gonna see each other at the evening with the Punisher. I
It's
think
the Punisher. Nice.
it's the
so, yeah.
Punisher evening. We're gonna play
It's
the Punisher.
about the Punisher.
Yes, and of course,
And
Tsunami
the
is
freaking
invited.
Punisher.
Tsunami is invited. If you can wake up, you're super invited to the party, Tsunami.
All right,
Yes.
I'll set my alarms.
Okay, thank you so. Okay, guys, love ya. Thank you for the support. Now let's see your names. Bye bye.
See you guys.
The 40K Empress leads the way as warriors of the imperium sway into realms where dangers play, where hidden minds hold sway. Through stars and storms we rise, under her watchful eyes, with faith and fire will prevail, for the imperium must not fail. For the imperium we prevail. Beneath the grand cathedral spires, plots twist like smoldering fires, but with her blade of pure desire, she claims the stars entire. Through stars and storms we rise, under her watch storms and battle cries. Her banners pierce the darkened skies. With bolter hymns the traitor dies. As loyal warriors arise, saints and psychers bend the flame. Every world speaks her name. The Empress rules without shame. As war she does reclaim. Through stars and storms we rise. Under her watchful eyes. With faith and fire we'll prevail. For the imperium must not fail. The imperium we prevail. The warriors march with sacred might. Their purpose burning crystal bright. To lift the throne world from its plight and guard humanity's light.